Alright guys, so here is the video of how to do your intake signals. Let me just a little higher, there we go. So main tools you're going to need is a Phillips number 2 to get these out. Then you're going to need some wire cutters, a Phillips number 2 obviously, wire cutters. I like to solder my stuff, so soldering gun and solder and shrink wrap. And then it's pretty much that's it. Like, it's super easy to do. So yeah, I'll show you the whole process. So just the 2 screws on the side here, 1 and 2. Now sometimes these get a little stuck in there, and what I like to do is just grab it by the screws, as you saw. If you didn't see, I grabbed from the screws here and just pushed and pulled. Next step, you are going to take this off. It just spins into place. Alright, you just twist and twist off. And surprisingly, these are a lot lighter. Not much, but say weight reduction in a way. And then next step is going to be, alright guys, so what I found out by just doing some simple checks, that these 2 wires, the green and the black, are, well, the green is the blinker, the black I believe is the negative, and this would be the DRL, which I'm 90% sure that's all true. Don't hold me accountable. There's a little plug on the back. If you follow these wires just back in there, you won't be able to see it right now. Actually, you might. So you see that? It's just held in by something. I snapped it because, if you can see, I snapped it off because it's a little hard to get to, and I couldn't pull it off, so I just snapped it. I don't really care. That's not really an important thing for me to care about snapping. I'm just gonna grab this, and I'm just going to strip my wires back. Okay, so there you go. These are the 2 wires that you need if you are from Canada. If you are from the US, then you only have 2 wires. You won't have 3 like me. I only have 3 because of the Canada law, the Canadian law. Alright, so I just want to make that clear. This wire, I'm just going to put like a little B connector on the tip of it or something, just so it doesn't cause any problems in the future. But I'm going to solder this. Obviously black to black, and then green to the white, just like this. Okay, so black to black, green to white, and yeah, so that should be it. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so this might be a little hard for me to record. Always when you're trying to do this kind of shit, solder, okay? It's really not that hard. It only takes a couple more seconds. My welder, it's a very good soldering gun. So you know, you might not be able to, but the butane ones are cheap and they're fucking amazing. So solder, okay guys, like there's no reason not to. For this, normally I would just put a B connector on it. What I am going to do is I'm going to bring the camera a little closer for you guys, so you guys can get a better angle at everything. Okay, so sorry if the camera shakes. It's probably because I hit it with one of the wires for either the extension or the soldering gun or something. Now I did tell you guys that the white was going to the green. Now I am wrong, and I'm going to correct that and probably not put that in the video, so me saying this is stupid. But in case I removed it, the white goes to the black wire, and the green wire goes to the black wire coming from the signal intake. That made no sense. Okay, let me say that again. So the white wire from the signal intake is going to the black wire in your car. This is if you have a Canadian car, okay? So the black wire is going to the white wire from the signal intake, okay? So I'm going to set that all up. Then the green wire from the car is going to the black wire on the intake. I know, it's confusing. Whatever, it works. How, I don't know. Anyways, so if you guys don't know how to solder, which if you don't know how to solder, then probably start working on your own car. No offense to the guys that are still learning, but either learn to solder or don't. If you're too scared, then just bring it to a professional. Now, let me just fix these up a little, make them straight. Now, how I like to solder is pretty much like what they do at NASA, apparently. I find it the easiest. Not always, but in most cases, it is the easiest. It's easier if you have something to hold on to. But let me just... So what I do is I press it against the wire, and I don't heat it up too much, but I get it enough just so that my solder gets in there. Come on. So you want to get a nice gloss finish without burning it. So you guys can't see that, but it's shiny. It's not copper anymore. Or it is copper, but it's not loose copper. It's shiny copper now. And then I'm going to get this side as well. Same thing. Press it against and just drag along the wire, the copper. You just wanted to soak in there without making a mess, without killing it. You don't want to hold it there for a good minute and then press it, because then you can kill the what is it called? The plastic. What is that shit called? I can't think of it right now. The shield. So you can kill the shield if you aren't careful. So don't put too much in. And make sure that you put, before you connect these wires, make sure you put your heat shrink on, or else you're going to have to remove your solder, which isn't that much of a deal. But still, make sure you do that. So next step would be to bring your wires together. Now, for me, this is the hardest step because, well, I only have my own hands, and sometimes it's a beach to get everything to stay touching. Come on. My hands are getting in the way. Normally, it's not this much of a pain to solder, but I'm trying to show you guys. No, I don't like doing that. Come on. Work with me. Work with me. Work with me. You're pretty much just getting these to stick to each other. Come on. No. That's fine. Anyways, I don't have the cleanest soldering, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't look the cleanest for mine, but you know what? Like, I'm pulling on that pretty fucking hard. Before you connect that and put it together, hold off, because everything's hot still, and your heat shrink will actually shrink while you go to while you go to run it over, and will cause a huge problem, and you'll have to cut it and redo everything. Okay, next step, bring your heat shrink over. Okay, make sure it's in the middle. You want a good cover on both sides. Grab your lighter, run it over. I like to stay a good distance and move quick. And there you go. So that is done. I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit, and it should be okay right now. Of course, it's gonna be a little bitch. There we go. Fuck right off. I'm just gonna cut that. So if you have a little point, cut that, because you want that to pierce the heat shrink and possibly cause a short, because that would be no bueno. Alright guys, now that you have this all soldered together, whew, my voice fucked up real hard there. You are going to put it into place. which I probably should have done to make sure everything fit before I went ahead and did this, because this is being a bitch. Wow. You do not want to sit in there good. Oh, okay, you know what? That actually turned out pretty nicely. So it actually sits in there pretty good. Let me just raise this up so you guys can see a little better. Alright, so after that, you are going to grab your 2 screws that should be inside of your lights already. Now you can always paint this, obviously. I might just paint it like some type of black. Screw these out so that you can get to it. Pop that in through here. Hopefully that goes. Seems to, and it's tightening. Wow. Okay. Good. Good. So the fitment on these 6-speed intake signals are actually very nice. They're snug. Don't get me wrong. They're very snug. Come on. They do bulge out a little there, which I'm not too happy about. Let me see when I put this screw in if it fixes it. Yeah, just in case I never mentioned it before, these intakes cost me $100, $135 shipped. So if you are in America, you get a better deal than I do, of course. Screw does not want to go in. Lovely. Alright guys, so the fitment on this isn't as nice as I would like. It's not too noticeable, but there's a gap here where you can actually see through. Okay, I'm having a little hard time showing it on the camera. Yeah, there's a little gap right there, and you see my screwdriver fits in there. It's not too noticeable, especially when you're coming from the top. Also, if you look here, you see there's a little lip there where on here it sits more flush. On the other side, it's not that big of a deal. Still kind of bothers me though. I would like it a little better fit, but it's definitely doable. Let me throw the hazards on so you can get an idea of what it looks like. It's white, it's bright, it's pretty cool. It's just a straight line. I don't know if you can see it because of the camera, but yeah, so that's awesome. And then the next one is the exact same step, so if anything changes, I'll let you know, but I don't think that anything will change. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. They're all in place. Looks really good. Can you see it? There's a gap at the bottom here and here. They didn't go in as smooth as I would like them to, but man, do they look fucking sharp. They just add so much that it was missing from my front end, and it just makes me realize I need more black shit in my life. So if you got a black dick, then hit me up. Just kidding. You hear the air? They're not the brightest in the world. I would assume they're darker at night. But yeah, like they got a little. You guys are probably not gonna be able to see them, but. No, that was a little bit better. There's just a strip of it, so it's only like a little bar. I feel like it could have been set up a little better than how it is. Come on, there we go. But yeah, like it fucking looks sharp, man. I really like how these turned out. Besides like the really shitty quality and the very shitty fitment of them, they look really good. And once they're in, they're good looking. Like I can't complain. You can't notice the gaps that I was talking about. You really can't. And yeah, it just looks really good. Well, I'm just looking at it and I'm sorry for just continuing talking and saying nothing. But and people are looking at me weird. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video wasn't too long for you. It's very simple to install. Probably took me like 30 minutes, 40 minutes max. Started around like 7:40 and it's 8:20 right now, so roughly about there. Really simple to do, really highly suggest it, guys.
Pull up in the Benz and I hop out. Shot it on the bitch, I'm not